FL, been around for oh, blah! There we go, there's a notification. Been around your streams for 2 months now, and I just want to say, who is... I don't want to respond to that.
Emergency donation. Please take care of yourself, Fies.
I will.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
Hey guys, it's Icy. I'm back once again. I've come out of my cocoon today because we've hit the long overdue jackpot, I guess. Certain individuals we have previously criticized have fallen under heavy fire. The new gen FNAF fans and the Deltarune community are up in arms once again. The elite PNG tuber and analog horror LARPer Phisnom has been caught red-handed, or in fact left-handed, during his dry-beating Goon session to Mint, another VTuber under heavy suspicion of being lollybait. The situation got so bad that Goat Plower Posture left the internet over being given the most mild criticism, then came back 5 seconds later to write a whole thread consisting of him trying to do a Saul Goodman-ass performance for Phisnom, only to look like Amber Heard's lawyer with the most goofy defense ever. Since these recent lolicon allegations, criticism re-emerged regarding his incident where he said Security Breach was a shit game and then some kid got sent a Roddy McNutt video. This stuff is re-emerging because mainly since then he proceeded to mildly show that he genuinely doesn't give a fuck that his fanbase is full of angry moids and like to attack people they don't like. But back to the main issue, people are calling him a pedophile for the stuff he's beating his shit to. As much as I would love to add more beef to the Nothing Burger and torch Phisnom and Pasha for being lovebirds and Israeli cucks, I wouldn't go as far as to say that he's a pedophile. However, I think people should instead criticize the dude for pushing 30 years old and publicly fetishizing his anime feet and armpit kinks all over his Twitter page. His PC is probably about to explode because of the amount of gigs of VTuber pictures this guy has. Shit's gonna overheat faster than a PS4 after my teammate opens a Strange portal during overtime. Like, just put them on external drives, bro, and save them for later. Put them in a safe so if you ever have kids, they won't find that shit. Dude is a huge weirdo and has doubled down on that fact as well. So apparently this is the video that's being shown a lot by people who are addressing it. We got Withered Freddy, a they, them, polyam, demiromantic. They survived my 5... Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, of course, it's a Deltarune account. Alright, let's see this.
I think I just might nut. Oh, my God.
Oh! Okay, so they think this VTuber is a lolly. That's what the whole argument's about. Yo, this is the worst video ever. Now, before we dive into the good shit, let's regress to the whole FNAF Plus incident. To keep it simple, this all started because Fizz rage baited his entire community after playing the new Security Breach DLC. Afterwards, the user Golden Rabbit comes along, replies with some corny comeback against the FNAF Plus game that he was helping working on. And so, the Hornet's Nest went insane, and the user received many death threats and a Ronnie McNutt video. Fizz saw this shit happening, probably mid-yerk on a VC with Pastra, started writing tweets with one hand in a humorous attempt to get his fanbase to stop. Along with this, Fizz cooked up an apology document, which probably doesn't exist anymore, with a link to a Rickroll video. Classic Fizz. Now you can see here that Golden Rabbit was blocked by Phisnom prior to all this. He's like, hey man, I need you to see this because you blocked me and I need to show you what was actually sent to me.
Dad passed away about a year ago and I had a box of, what nigga, you laughing?
And yeah, Fizz didn't really do anything about it until the criticism going towards him got so bad, including from Direct Doggoat. Fizz eventually became encouraged to actually end the circus act and say, okay guys, all jokes aside, right? And then made a genuine apology. And looking back, I don't I don't think Phisnom ever really gave a shit. He was probably geeked off a yart while seeing it all go down. I can say this, except for the yart part, because about a year later, Fizz randomly dropped a crazy perspective of the whole situation. Alright, so here he says, story time. I blocked an abuser sex pest teenager. He's talking about Golden Rabbit, by the way. He complained about me in my game for months. Wow. Until he received gore in his DMs. Okay. I don't know if that's supposed to insinuate that maybe he deserved that to get gore in his DMs. He blamed this on my fans with absolutely no evidence. There was evidence. He blamed this on my fans. Yeah, they're the ones who sent him gore and death threats. He then tried to confront me about it on an alt pretending to be someone else. What was he pretending to be Freddy Fazbear? Like, the fuck? I replied to the alt jokingly, but still clearly saying no one should receive death threats but me. Bro does not know how to read the room. He took that to claim that I supported harassment, that I shouldn't have a platform, and that I should be removed from my own project. While he plugged his Patreon and begged for subs. Oh my god, bro. Bro, this chair. That's funny. That's funny as fuck. 6 hours after this, a friend told me to take the situation seriously. So I clarified once again that harassment is unacceptable. But by that point, everyone escalated to the point of lying and spreading the idea that I'm somehow a pedophile that sends kids gore videos. Whoa, hold on. Where did we get to pedophilia? This ended up with me losing a project that I poured years of my life and thousands of dollars into. Visiting multiple therapists for mental health checkups, oh no, and ongoing daily harassment from a fandom that still blames me for not giving them their game. It wasn't very fun. Oh man, cry me a river, Phisnom. I'm so sorry that Scott Cawthon or whoever on that dev team saw you, that you were joking about a situation where a kid probably was receiving death threats and decided to fucking fire you, decided that you were a liability to the development of this game. I'm sorry, Phisnom. I didn't realize how much of a fucking victim you were in all this. I mean, Jesus. Now you're probably wondering, I see. The situation has been over for years. Why are you still talking about it? Well, that's what I do. Nah, I'm just kidding. I think that Phisnom doesn't care that much about his audience as much as you think he does. You can clearly see him victimizing himself during that entire situation, like a year later, and seemingly believing that he didn't have a certain responsibility over his own community. So yeah, that's why I'm talking about it. I think that's a point that I would like to express that I think should be talked about more. With that out of the way, let's talk about Phisnom's insatiable addiction to VTubers and Sweetie Fox videos. In 2025, he was caught on his very oblivious alt account, refollowing multiple accounts containing lollies. Potential lollies. If you don't know what lollies are, they're basically hentai art resembling children. Not a very good look being caught following potential lolly content, especially when this is being shown. Yeesh, I don't know about this, Fizz. Fizz made a response to this, claiming he follows accounts on impulse whenever he sees a post he likes, implying he doesn't realize what kind of content is on those accounts. Also, I wonder what post he saw that got him to follow the account. Not drawing any conclusions here, but I do think a lot of questions need to be asked. As of recently, Phisnom has been very open about his obsession with this VTuber avatar. And I want to clarify something. Phisnom is obviously gooning to the avatar rather than the actual content creator. I feel like that's something people are getting mixed up. Furthermore, this guy Posture then comes back and tries to defend him against these allegations. I want to address the thing that caused all of this to start in the first place. The accusations towards Phil. Shows a picture of some random dog shit tweet he fucking got on his For You page, and then also the fucking video of the Withered Freddy video. That was probably the worst video you could ever make about this situation. Throughout all of today, I have seen people accusing myself and Phil of being lolicon/pedophiles due to an alt account he made to talk about his favorite VTuber. Wait, when did Pasha get accused of pedophilia? I don't understand. The reason for these accusations is that people seem to believe that this creator is attempting to bait lolicons with the design of her avatar, and that Phil, in posting about how much he likes her content, is falling into that bait. Liking her content is one way to put it. Yeah, so it really comes to question, like, how old this avatar is, like, the character. And also, what if Phisnom didn't even know? What if he didn't even know that it was a child, you know? Or what if he did? What if he did know? Who knows? I do not believe this to be the case. And despite the fact that I imagine it will upset a lot of people on here, I do not intend to cut off my friend because of it. The character in question is a grown adult woman, and so is the creator that uses the avatar. Alright, the creator is out of the picture, alright? If the creator was intentionally baiting people into liking a lolly, then maybe, yeah, then maybe that can come into question. But if somebody's just gooning to this person's avatar, then like, it's not that they're gooning to them, they're gooning to the avatar. That's the whole, yeah. So I just found this out. The character's 19 years old. Phisnom is almost 30. Yeah. That is weird. I'm gonna let you guys sit with that. I do not for a second believe my friend is a pedophile for being a fan of her content, and I believe claiming as much is incredibly damaging and harmful, especially when he has stated himself that lolicon content makes him incredibly uncomfortable. He's really just asking you to take his word for it. Oh, here we go. And as for the behavior itself, I have seen some claim that it is incredibly obsessive and parasocial, but actually looking at the account, all it really boils down to is this live posting about the current streams this creator has done as they were happening. Does Pasha, like, have the awareness of a jellyfish? This is the only picture he gives, by the way. I like how Pasha, I don't know if Pasha didn't see it or if he just refuses to show the picture of the, well, no, what are you talking about? You just showed a picture of your friend with a giant folder of pictures of Mint. What are you talking about? That it's not obsessive. Look at this shit. Zooming in, there are multiple of almost the exact same pictures. It is very standard fandom behavior in the VTuber spaces. Yeah, obviously. And I do not see it as a red flag. Just because it's a standard fandom behavior does not mean that it's not a red flag. It's like justifying the amounts of Undertale porn that's being drawn that's pretty, like, normalized within that fandom. Like, I've seen it myself. I've used Amino before. I've made an account with Amino, and I had it for like 2 days until I saw how much of a shit show it is. I have seen enough self-respect at this point to know when the people I am around are potentially dangerous, and I know when to cut them off. If I ever see that kind of behavior in Phil in the future, then I will cut him off like I would anyone else. I'm gonna take you up on that, Pasha. But I'm gonna mark your words for that. We'll see what happens in the near future. So that's about the gist of it. There's not a whole lot to go into, like the fucking birdie drama. So overall, I don't think Phisnom should be labeled as a pedophile. Do I think he's super parasocial and a creep? Yes. Do I think Pastra's a dumb fuck? Absolutely. However, a 27-year-old fetishizing a 19-year-old character is pretty concerning. To celebrate Phisnom getting shit again, I will be relisting my Urban Spook video from like 2 years ago. On a final note, completely relevant by the way, if you have Lord on Penny Parker or Namor, you might be a pedophile. Just putting that out there. You know who you are. Anyway, that about does it for this video. I'll see you guys later.